My husband made for me grilled cheese sandwich with ham นะ and then we try yummy สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
วันนี้มาทำอะไรเอ่ย
We're making grilled cheese with ham.
grilled cheese with ham
ง่ายมาก
ง่ายมาก โอเค what we have here
We have Harvati cheese. A ham, sliced ham. It's a sweet ham. This particular ham is it's a little bit sweet. Butter and kanang pam.
what else that we use
A frying pan, which is right over here. I use a deeper frying pan so that I can cover the sandwiches at the very end to make sure the cheese melt.
Okay so normally when you cook low heat medium heat or high heat that you will use
Medium heat at first, and then I reduce to low so that the cheese can melt without burning the bread. But I use a generous helping of butter and just throw it into the pan.
Okay
And let it melt at first. That's it. And you just let it melt on medium heat. And at first I'll toast the bread a little bit so it gets a little crispy, but you'll see. It might take a minute or so for this to melt. And so for a few minutes I'm just going to put the bread in there to get one side of it crispy. I like to have both sides of the bread a little bit toasted. And so in order to do that, you either need to put it in a toaster for a little while or just toast it in the butter in the pan. That way you'll have both sides of the bread toasted instead of just one side.
how long you will toast the bread
It depends on how hot the pan is, but it shouldn't take more than a minute or two.
Okay
All right, after about 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to flip the bread. You can see it's a little bit toasted now. And now I will add the cheese and ham. It will melt and start to spread, so it's a little bit more even. Now, I always do too much ham. You don't want to do too much ham. And then another layer of cheese. And maybe I'll do one more piece of ham. And then a last and final layer of cheese. So 3 slices of cheese. And then I'll take this piece and add it here. And I'll add a little bit more butter to the pan.
it look good this for breakfast or lunch or dinner
Mainly lunch. I wouldn't eat it for breakfast. But... All right. And now I will reduce the heat to low, and I will cover it.
how long you will cover
Until the cheese starts to melt. I just want to make sure the bread is toasted on both sides, and that the cheese is melted.
okay
So I just have to check it periodically. I turn down the heat to relatively medium low to make sure that I don't burn the bread.
okay yeah
I already flipped it, and you can see the cheese is oozing out the side of the bread. That means it's pretty much melted, and that's what you want. You want to make sure the cheese is melted in the middle of the sandwich. There we go. It's perfect. That's exactly. You can see inside.
let me see close yeah it look good look อร่อย
It is alright. You can try it, sweetie. All right. I'll put on. You can stop filming. I'll put on bread.